Hello, everybody, and welcome to a live reaction from MinnMax. MinnMax is a place about games, friends, and getting better. Thank you for being here. My name is Ben Hanson. I'm not alone, though. I'm joined by somebody who prefers to be called Mr. Indie himself, King of the Indies, Jacob Geller.
That's me. If we don't see Silk Song, I'm gonna riot.
Does this feel like the time? Is this the moment?
Absolutely not. There's no way.
I think. Look, what do I know? It feels Silk Songy. It feels like things have been quiet for so long. I don't know if... Well, first of all, it's just weird timing. Thinking that, like... Here's where I'm already turning the nuts. Just thinking about, like, okay, Nintendo's probably going to do a Nintendo Direct around the timing of E3. Therefore, would they have Silk Song here, or would they save that because it's become such a juggernaut
like
culturally?
Silk Song is a bigger deal than a Wednesday morning stream. I think they're gonna do it when there are more eyes on it.
Yeah, you might be right. I think we're gonna get by the way, hello everybody watching. Thank you for being here. You can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a bunch more stuff like this, and we'll be talking about this on the MinnMax Show podcast, which will be coming out on Thursday. But stuff that's a safe bet. Last Nintendo Indie World I went back and looked at, and they announced that Omori, which is that indie RPG that's in black and white that people are absolutely gaga about, that was coming out in spring of 2022. It's still not out. So I think that's going to get a shadow drop today. That's going to be my bold prediction. Maybe we'll see more Sea of Stars. I mean, that was kind of the star of the show last time. But you got anything in your highest hopes of hopes?
I mean, what I would love to see, my number 3 game of the year at this point, probably Vampire Survivors.
Oh, great call.
What I'm not sure of is that game is updated every 3 days with new characters and weapons and stuff. Clearly they're just kind of doing it so much, and I think that's probably just much easier to do on PC than it would be on a Switch, and so my guess is they'll probably hold it back till 1.0. But that's the dream. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm trying to think. There was another game that was popular last year that I remember the developer saying a port was going to be tough. Oh wait, it was what was that game that was cool? That was like playing a D&D game, procedural storytelling. Come on, everybody, help me out, chat. That's going to be my guess, even though I can't remember the name of it. Procedural storytelling game, 2021, fantasy.
Oh,
Leo liked it. Wildermyth.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, chat. Yes, Wildermyth. That'll be my prediction. Is Wildermyth announced for the Switch? Oh, hey, we don't need to predict anymore. Look at this. Who needs predicting when you got telling? As always, let us know how the volume is for this stuff, everybody. Curious to hear your thoughts. No Silk Song today, says Hugo. All right, expectations are at the floor. No Silk Song whatsoever.
Hello, and welcome to Indie World. I'm Ariko.
And I'm Amber. We're back today to showcase.
Are you more of an Ariko or an Amber man, Jacob?
Coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
I took a quiz in GQ and told me I was an Amber.
From Sweden to Australia and Japan. And we can't wait to see what they've been cooking up. So let's get started.
Right on. Is this not on Switch yet, Ooblets? Guess not. I guess it's still early access on PC.
Remember when Ooblets, everyone threatened the developer's life and limb because they released on the Epic Game Store?
That is a weird pocket of gaming history that I think people will not believe or remember 5 years from now. But there was that 1.5 year period where if you went and released your game in the Epic Game Store, yeah, the developers
Gamers were like, this is the only thing we care about now, and we hate it.
It was really weird. Even stuff remember Outer Worlds, that was a huge one. And that was announced for the Epic Games. So I remember talking to the developers, and they're like, yeah, it's devastating the team to suddenly just have an avalanche of death threats. It's just brutal. And it's what a stupid thing. Believe it or not, the internet can be stupid sometimes.
Grow and train adorable little creatures called Ooblets.
I'm looking if there's any Switch-specific stuff for this one, but it looks like pretty much just the game.
Yeah. I wonder if Double Fine's still going
Decorate
to
your
be
house.
technically publishing this
Run
on
your
Switch,
own
because they
shop.
published it on PC, I believe.
And most importantly, have epic dance battles. You can
I
even
started
dress up
this.
your ooblet pals and
Did you-
travel
did
to
you play it
different
much?
locations.
No,
Visit the
unfortunately, I am not
arcade-packed
a
boardwalk in Port
creature
Polk.
raising nor a
Saunter
farming
through the
sim
spooky
gamer, and
swamps
so
of
it's a
nowhere.
Venn
And
diagram that
ascend the
I'm nowhere
frozen
on.
peaks of
What's wrong with
Tippy
you? What's
Top.
wrong with your heart?
I know.
Ooblets waddles its way onto Nintendo
Available
Switch
this summer.
this
No
summer.
Double Fine
Waddles its
branding.
way is the new swinging onto store shelves.
Colorful and mesmerizing planets await in this fast-paced action RPG across the cosmos. In this deeply story-driven game by Stormmind Games, you'll use both
Deeply
strength and
story-driven.
wits to interact with others and conquer the challenges ahead.
Balancing the duality of your physical and mental powers is key. Sacrifice one
You don't look
for
like
the
a-
other
Trying to
against
do every
opponents
day.
and things might not
It's
turn
interesting
out
for them to
well
build
you.
this as very story
Ultimately,
heavy, but I guess.
your
Hey, look, I guess there's
conscience
text on the
will
screen,
carry
so what do I
the weight
know?
of your decisions. What kind of hero will you become?
I don't
Choose
know.
your destiny in Batora.
Isn't that the Bayonetta logo?
Launching on Nintendo Switch this
Yeah, I
fall.
think they're summoning a demon.
こんにちは、生高橋です。エルケッドがもうすぐ Nintendo Switch
Oh,
で
the
遊べる
voice
よ
is
う
a
に
little
な
off.
ります。エルケッドは私が学生時代の頃、流れるというテーマのコンテスト向けに好きなゲームからインスピレーションを受けて開発したプロトタイプ
Namely, the
作品
game Flow.
私が
I
学
was
生を
also
卒業した後にそれをブラッシュアップしたのが
Let's
本
see
作
how
に
they
なり
turned
ます。
Flow into a
シンプル
leckhead.
な操作と直感的なルールからは想像もできないようなひらめく体験を
Just
ご用意して
slide the
おり
audio
ますので
track over a little bit,
ぜひ
everybody. Is it too
Nintendo
late?
Switch で楽しんでみてください。
Is it on me? No. Is the main stream also weirdly delayed? I feel like this has happened before.
Seems fine for me, but I'm
Yeah.
used to kind of watching it. But like, you know what this looks like? This is kind of funny. Do you ever keep up with Game Maker's Toolkit, Ben? You know those
Yeah, I
videos?
should definitely watch more, but yeah.
He has been making his own game and
Right.
very publicly documenting the process of it, and it's like it looks almost exactly like this.
Oh, really? Well, I hope he makes a video about that.
If
Like,
you're looking
oh,
for a clever
Leckhead,
and
my new
challenging 2D
rival.
puzzle platformer,
Is
then
that,
we've
yeah,
got
I remember seeing that
just the game
announcement
for
and thinking
you
that's a
from
really
Nana
bold move.
Takahashi.
Is it
A
paying
woman
off? Is it
really
in
cool?
development.
Is it cool?
I
Okay.
would recommend
Here,
watching it.
you're
Yeah,
a
because I mean, he
small
just talks
robot
about
named
like,
Alec,
here are all the
who's
things
on
I
a
thought I
mission
knew,
to
and here are the
restore
mistakes that
light to
I'm
the
making.
world
Right,
while
right.
navigating a booby-trapped facility.
Yeah,
By using
that
your
and people make
electrifying
games,
powers to
or like
touch
two
walls,
YouTube channels where it's like, I
floors,
know I would like
platforms,
this if
and
I just
switches.
watched these more. I should
Electricity
really.
will charge
People
through
make
them,
games as
bring
your
them to life.
journalistic duty to watch because
Yeah.
they are now
Ahead
the
of
ones
yourself.
breaking the stories of
I
the
mean,
industry.
actually,
Yeah,
you
it's
should.
Game Maker's
unbelievable.
Toolkit is just kind of
Detach
fun.
and throw your
Right,
head
right.
to trigger
Yeah, people make games. Like I know you're on his
You'll need to
podcast,
retrieve it within 10 seconds,
Games Press,
or
which is
else.
excellent.
There are plenty of
But
hidden
yeah, I like
rooms
looked at their
and secrets
stats
to
recently,
discover.
at least on
So
Patreon, and
use
just like
your
it's
head,
amazing that in the last
literally,
what couple
to
months they've
explore
like
every nook
doubled,
and
tripled
cranny
their
of the
overall
facility.
numbers,
mean,
like crazy.
Sorry, Alekhead, you look great.
It does look good.
The Roblox story and then the indie developer of you story, like
Yes.
those two are just like, oh damn, you're like doing work.
Right, for sure. Speaking of doing work, this is my new 9 to 5 is celebrating this
I
game.
like musical trailers.
There we go. Ooh. It's like
Okay, yeah, I'm in.
Harmonix's Chroma.
Or what's that game that had the Zelda
Cadence of
like, version
Hyrule.
of it? That's right. I
or-
like the original non-Zelda version of that.
Right.
Um,
Which, of course, we all remember is...
I can't remember the name of it. I played it a lot.
Hey, I think we're all in agreement. Too many games. Yes, Crypt of the Necrodancer. Thank you, Christopher
That's
Martin.
I do like a trend that I like with indie announcements is I feel like a lot of them are doing these like really nice 2D animation trailers, or at least
Yeah.
like fitting that in, and it's like I always want to see more of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Musical gameplay that'll keep you on your toes.
And tapping your toes. As a
Did we
guardian
mention
of harmony,
toes?
You're transported to the world of Symphonia to battle the forces of
Well, you got to
discord.
do it.
Move to the music solo, or with up to 4 players locally or online.
It's called a
as you
cacophony.
restore harmony
Hey,
to
locally.
Symphonia's corrupted land.
We got local co-op here.
Levels and
Hey,
encounters are
everybody.
dynamically generated
I know
from
y'all
the
want
music,
Silk Song
and
news,
there are
but we
over
got local co-op on the
140
music
songs to
game.
choose from. So pick the tune you want to hear.
That's cool. There's
before
actually
jumping
tracks
into the
baked into it.
I was
Time
looking
your
at those tracks
actions
and I
to
did not
music,
recognize
and your
a
power
single
will
artist or
increase.
song. But, you
There
know,
are
maybe I'm
5
just musically
different
illiterate.
musical
I
heroes
think that
to
could be
choose
the
from.
case, yeah. Those are actually the
Over
5 most popular
500
songs on the radio right now.
Customization and thousands of loot
God,
combinations.
I hate loot so
giving you
much, Ben.
opportunities
Yeah, I
for
saw you
multiple
complaining about
playthroughs.
Gotham Knights and all that stuff.
Get your head
I don't want to
bobbing
see another
to
screen
Soundfall,
with a bunch of
launching
chest
on the
pieces and
Nintendo
green
Switch
arrows.
system later today.
No, but I think that's gaming, man. I think you're mistaken.
Why is it freezing in here?
You better
Chucklefish.
be ready to weather the snowstorm in Wild Frost.
I like the
Take on
art.
harsh elements in this
I like the
tactical
art. If it was
roguelike
just,
deck
if you could just
builder from
liberate these
Dead
characters
Games.
from these
Build
2D
and
planes that are
customize
called
your deck
cards,
as
I
you
feel like
set
there's
off
something
to
here.
put
But
an
I
end to
shouldn't be a
eternal
card snob,
frost.
please. I should be above that.
Card companions and items are at your disposal. Use them to battle wave
The art
after
does look
wave
good.
of
It looks like,
monsters, from the deceptively cute
I know it has the
balloons
Chucklefish connection, but it looks like the Stardew Valley tabletop game. Like all that art
Plan
there.
your next move using the dynamic counter system and
This
fell
is
those frosty
this is
fiends.
probably like a
After
dumb
each
thing to
run,
say, but I'm
try
amazed
daily
that there are just
challenges
more
or
games that you
expand
can
the
make
hub
with
count of
cards.
Snowdwell
It feels
to
like one of
unlock
those
new
things where it's
events
like,
and cards.
have they not run out?
No, I thought they were
Don't
tapped out with
rules.
cribbage. I thought that'd be the end of the line, and they just kept going.
Makes its snowy debut on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
By the way, why isn't there like a good game version of Hearts, by the way?
Hey,
I feel like I want to learn
I've
some of these
been
old
like a
complex
work from
games, and
multiple
just
games.
some
A
indie
small
developer
game
could
studio
make a
based
cool
in
version of these
Stockholm,
games, right?
And we are excited to announce that our game, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, or TAPS for
Oh,
short,
cool.
will be coming to Nintendo Switch.
We first started working on TAPS in 2016. The idea was to make a game that is
Apple
inspired
Arcade
by
has a
the
neat
feeling you
hearts.
got when
Right,
playing
Thomas,
with your
might have to
action figures
subscribe
as a
then.
kid. We
Show
then
me
added
your
the
neat hearts,
strategy and
everybody.
fighting elements and turned the game into the wobbly experience that it is today.
Our wonderful community
Both-
has been with us along the way and helped us shape the
both
game with their
good hair,
suggestions and
you know?
feedback. So together with
Oh
them,
yeah,
we're
no,
proud
these
to
are
bring
these are
TAPS to
two
this
cool
awesome
people
platform.
talking about Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. This is honestly a lot of what I use a Switch for is kind of like bringing it over to a friend's house and being like, hey, look at this silly thing. And it's
Right.
like, this seems great for that. Like if you have like a younger cousin being like, check
Yes.
this out.
They should specifically bill this as the game to show your younger cousin. Absolutely. I have never played this. I should get on that.
I have heard people swear by, remember when this team or like, I don't know exactly what the connection is, but when they made like a battle royale as like an April Fool's game,
Oh yeah.
I've heard people say like actually a great battle royale. Like, really
Interesting.
fun.
Why not? Yeah. Yeah,
Do
all right.
the wobble wobble.
I wrote it down for Nisho
Wait,
Plus, everybody.
what?
Don't worry, we got you covered.
You heard that right. In this fighting game from Landfall Games, you'll lead teams of over 100 wobblers in
This
battle,
is good.
hailing from ancient lands.
It'd be nice if they had like a
spooky
Pikmin tie-in or
worlds,
something on the
and
Switch, you know?
fantasy realms.
Those
Just call it
wobbly
Pikmin
physics
4.
Are, very wobbly.
Oh, they're awesome. And those aren't your
Would you
garden
like to
variety
write the script for
battles
this?
either.
If
Watch
someone
your
said you can do it,
wobblers
we'll give you
flail and fail in
$75,
silly
would you be excited to do it?
simulated battles. Or make
I
new
spent
ones in the unit
1 hour
creator and
writing a
customize
tweet
their
this
size,
morning.
and
Was it the one
no.
complaining about Gotham Knights?
No, because I don't know if you struck.
Can't
I'm
get
sure you
enough
did.
of
Like when you did that
the
like
wobble?
Neil deGrasse Tyson
Send
video,
them
and
Yeah.
it's like,
your
okay, how
friends
do
in
I
online
tweet
multiplayer
this?
mayhem.
Like how you know
Oh,
how do
sure.
I kind of convey
It's
what this
wobbling
is?
time.
It's like it takes so
You never
long for me
cease
to
to
figure
amaze
that
me.
out.
Right.
Totally
Well,
accurate battle
if I may offer any
simulator.
advice, just come up with 3 or 4 different angles, then hit all of them, because you never know which one's really gonna
That's what
Gonna-
I should be doing.
kind of catch on in a weird way. Ooh, that game was
God, we're
cool.
about to have a fun game.
Omnibus, I don't know that.
I like that this looks like it has fun movement.
Yeah. Trying to remember who that team was that worked on Gato Roboto, if they'd worked on anything else. I want to say they did. Good work.
You're a
That's very
gruff
funny.
woodsman on a quest for revenge in this noir punk action adventure from Doinksoft.
Doinksoft.
Armed with the titular Gumbrella, you'll maneuver through various locations. From a
You gotta say
cultish
this
town
word,
to
and
a
you have to not
junkyard
let on that
fortress.
it's funny at all.
Use Gumbrella
Straight
to
face
glide,
Gumbrella.
Swing, dash, dive.
It's good. It's kind of like
Take out enemies,
machine gun jetpack. You know, the original name for jetpack
side-scrolling
joyride. It's like,
combat.
just call it what's cool
Along
about
the
it.
way, you'll scavenge for scraps and spare parts to upgrade the Gumbrella. And employ your sleuthing skills to assist a cast of increasingly bizarre
What do you think? Is
characters in a world
Gunbrella.com already taken by these
rapidly
folks?
losing its
Was it
natural
open? Oh.
resources. And
403
that's
era
just
era
the beginning of your
error.
investigation.
Access is denied to
Plenty of
gunbrella.com,
dark
everybody.
twists
Oh.
and turns
They're
lie
going
ahead.
live right after that.
Gumbrella launches on
2023.
Nintendo Switch next year.
Right on.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared Huntley.
Hey, everybody, I'm
lead
out of sync.
programmer on We Are OFK.
Oh, I'm interested in this
I
game.
think at this
Hey,
point,
lead singer of the
we're
band,
the ones out of
OFK.
sync.
We're
you
super
think?
excited to announce that our music biopic game is coming to Nintendo Switch.
I mean, I could try
I am
refreshing
excited
it.
for this
Ooh, I
game.
can play it on a tour bus. Ugh, I can't wait to tour together.
We haven't seen each other since that music video brainstorm at your place in LA. And
Can somebody check the official feed and find out if they're out of
Yeah,
sync
wow,
as well?
and
I'd
with
love
the
to
game
know.
on
Thank you.
handheld, It'll be easy to play the new episodes that are coming out every single week, back to back to back.
Can't wait to share OFK's story and music with y'all.
Hey, Jared, can I get your opinion on tour outfits?
Is this a I was trying to remember the word for when people have like an avatar as their Twitch image.
VTuber?
Oh, like a VTuber. It's like he was having a conversation with a VTuber.
That's right. Well, they did that cheeky thing too, because they also, this was shown off in a PlayStation stream, and they like had the characters talking about the fact that they're in a PlayStation stream, which was kind of fun. So
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that they're like customizing. I think it's super smart. I went to a GDC panel about recording the voice work in this game because it was all done with like groups just to make it sound more naturalistic
yeah?
and stuff. And it's interesting. And so like Chris Brown is the VO director, and she goes back to like, you know, all of Double Fine's games and goes back to like the early 90s at LucasArts. She's just a legend. And she was talking about how she's like, yeah, well, this is different because for this game we're going for naturalistic dialogue compared to, you know, like the standard AAA game. And I didn't, but I wanted to like raise my hand, and this may be a dumb question at the end, just be like, wait, why is there like the operatic AAA box for voice acting? Shouldn't everything be naturalistic? Like, is it really that sacrilegious? What would happen if you put naturalistic dialogue in a AAA game? I don't understand why it has to be
and,
distinct.
Like, you know, I'm like playing Horizon Forbidden West right now, and it's like there's still that thing where it's like a character is supposed to interrupt the other.
Yes.
And they like one just stops speaking, and then the other starts like they're interrupting.
Yes.
How does this game look like this, and characters still can't interrupt each other?
It's really bizarre. It must be harder than we realize, because you would think that'd be something that we solved 15 years ago or something.
Making of the band journey that's sure to pull at your heartstrings.
We are OFK.
This game, people are
Comes
really
onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
showing it off in a big way. It's getting a good push. I'm ready for it to come out.
Tom,
And we're Spiral Circus.
we are an indie games developer based in Bristol, UK, and our passion for the stranger and surreal side of art is what brought us together.
We both come from really different backgrounds. I was a research scientist and Tom's a fine artist.
Because of the pandemic, we've been an entirely remote team, and almost all of Silt has been hand-drawn at night by
Silt.
me, which seems entirely appropriate for the subject matter.
Our audio designer even set up a fish tank in his studio to record the underwater sounds that you'll be hearing throughout the game.
We're really excited for you to
Cool.
experience our hand-drawn work brought to life, and we hope you enjoy exploring
that
the
guy's
strange
background.
oceanic world of Silt on Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
Oh, I've actually seen this.
Dive
They're like
into
just
the harrowing
screenshots
ocean
of the art.
abyss.
and I
Really?
thought it
In the
looked really
depths
cool.
of this puzzle adventure from Spiral Circus Games, you'll unravel
Abzu
long,
inside, everybody.
forgotten mysteries
If you want to be
as you
nice and
explore
just tear everything
surreal
down to the
underwater
basics.
realm filled with strange machinery, ancient ruins, and dangerous ocean inhabitants.
Oh, I like how they look
variety
almost
of
like
sea creatures can be
like shadow
possessed.
puppets or something.
Harness
The
their
moving
abilities
things,
to
like
solve
they
puzzles,
look kind of
navigate the
physical.
haunting
Yeah.
environment, and survive encounters against deep sea Goliaths.
Or is that a frame rate
There's
issue?
more than meets the eye in this unsettling.
Just say it's an artistic choice.
world.
I see.
Plunge
Silt is a
into the
very
dark
good name.
Waters of Silt,
Yeah.
launching on Nintendo Switch.
Cool. Good for
next
them.
month. Hey, a way to avoid traffic. Morning commutes can be a real jam.
Was this not already
You
on
get my drift.
Switch?
Oh, I know, right? But guess what? In many motorways from developer Dinosaur Polo Club, the key to solving the city's congestion problems is you.
I never played this.
Draw and build roads to create
People love it. Yeah, Thomas D in the chat is lighting up. I remember it was on Donkey's like top 10 games of the year. Was it last year maybe or something?
Interchange, you'll continuously
So there you go.
design and expand via
My
upgrades
coworker
like highways
Donkey.
and roundabouts.
That's right.
Ramp up the
Fellow
difficulty
YouTube
by
superstar.
taking part in daily and weekly
You guys work in the same WeWork together, right?
More maps will unlock as you
Yeah.
become a master road
Yeah, the big
designer.
YouTube HQ.
How long can you keep the cities of the world moving?
Buckle up
Oh,
for mini
later today.
motorways.
Hell yeah.
Cruising onto Nintendo Switch later today.
All right, we've got waddling on and cruising on.
Whoa,
Perfect.
a flying hospital. That's new.
Yeah, I think
I've never
these Indie
seen
World
that
streams should be
before.
called Apple
Then
Arcade,
hop
but
aboard
10
this
months later.
heartfelt narrative adventure from Ghost Pattern, set in 1970s rural Australia. As intrepid teen journalist Casey, you'll come to know a diverse cast of eclectic voiced characters through the stories they tell and the
Setting
moments
something
you
in
share.
1970s rural
Each story
Australia is a
unfolds
good
in
way
real
for me
time, at the same time,
never
so you
knowing
get
if
to
anything is
choose
like
which ones you
anachronistic
want
or
to
not.
Right,
experience.
right.
It's like could not pick
Follow
a
the
time and place
hospital's
that I know
inhabitants.
less about.
Each
Oh, I could find one.
or enter the room and be part of the conversation.
Kazakhstan
Right.
450
This is
BC.
It's, Casey.
No, I'm pitching my game to you. Will you invest in it, please?
Yeah, Assassin's
By
Creed
keeping track
0.
of information
That's right.
in your notebook and spending time with certain characters, you might unearth new stories, locations, and revelations. Multiple playthroughs will also give you the opportunity to witness other events, allowing you to delve deeper into the stories and weave
this,
together mysteries
you into this?
aboard the airship. Wayward Strand
No.
lands on
Okay.
Nintendo Switch July
I'll
21st.
read about someone else playing it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Polygon writing about it.
Randomly generated world.
Oh, yeah,
awaits
this
in
game looked cool.
Action adventure game from Massive Monster. As a possessed lamb saved by a foreboding
I feel like this was also shown off in a PlayStation thing. There's a lot of overlap here.
You need to repay your debt by creating a loyal community.
Looks kind of like
woodland
Nobody Saves the
worshippers.
World.
Yeah.
Gather resources to build structures. Then, gather your courage to brave deadly dungeons like the Silk Cradle.
Don't say the word
Venture
silk.
through its dark depths, teeming with
You say it 2 more times, we're gonna have a
razor spiders
problem.
and toxic millipedes. To challenge the dungeon's overlord Shimura. There ain't anything sheepish about it.
Cult of the Lamb drops onto Nintendo Switch.
Ain't
this year.
anything sheepish
I just
about it.
you're not adding anything. I know you got to say something, but either make a joke or don't. You know, that's the way I feel about it. Oh, interesting, interesting. Okay. All From Software fans like crabs. I know that.
People really do like going under their kind of roguelike game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the studio's previous one.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't think I've heard of that. What are you? Sure. No Man's Sky, another crab's treasure.
Hey, Crab fans, I'm Nick.
And I'm Kalen.
Hey, Crab
Previously,
fans.
Agri-Crab was
Hey, crab
going
fans.
under,
Thanks
and
for throwing
it
a sub our
didn't
way
make
on
us rich.
YouTube.
So this time, we're selling out and giving the people what they want. Crabs. Our second project
Smart.
is a crustacean-themed Souls-like, another crab's treasure.
Through our extensive research, we've found that crabs are the perfect enemy for an action game. They've got natural weapons, can strafe from side to side.
I'd like to put
and
those
can
on
hit
my
their weak
hands.
point for massive damage.
Souls-likes
There you go.
are known
We
for
got
their
it. We got the
difficulty,
reference.
And we want to create a game that maintains that challenge while being approachable for new fans of the genre.
Ooh, what if you died in one hit when you're not wearing a shell?
I just said it's supposed to be approachable.
Oh, what if every time you dodge roll, there's like a 1% chance that you just trip and fall over?
Well, looks like our segment's over, everyone.
It's time for Crab.
People love random tripping in games. This seems
All
good.
right, Rico, Put your pincers up.
Oh, here we go with the crab puns.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to put puns in here, everybody.
From Agro Crab, you'll
And I'm a pun defender.
treasure hunt under the sea.
I think this looks pretty fun.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm getting too distracted. Like, Nintendo's doing the opposite of what they should be doing. They're distracting me from the game.
You'll scavenge for trash and use it as a shell to defend yourself in challenging combat.
There are over 50 potential shells, so get shellfish with them and repel enemies with powerful umami magic. If you don't, you'll be in a pinch before you know it. After all, one crab's trash is another crab's
Going
treasure,
Under was the name of the
which
last game they made?
sidesteps onto Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch next year.
A roguelike about a failed tech startup, I believe.
Oh, I
Like, good
remember
sense
that
of humor.
now.
Show you a
Yeah,
sneak
yeah,
peek of
yeah.
several more indie games
I think
coming to
Anna might have talked
Nintendo
about this on the
Switch.
podcast a while ago.
Enjoy.
I'm freaking out! Here we go. What the? All right. Yes. Well, this looks good. Later today.
More monkey-themed games.
Hell yeah. I want to see that. What are you? Free demo for Card Shark.
Wow, I love the art of that.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
We all
First to
love
go.
golf games.
That's right. There's a lot of buzz around that one. All right.
That's all for today's
Okay.
Indie World.
You know,
We hope you enjoyed the slew of games.
Sure.
in Today's showcase.
I feel like this could have used one of those.
Thank you to our indie community and
Oh, hang
indie
on.
partners working on games for Nintendo Switch. And as always, thank you for watching.
Check out our official Twitter account
Ah,
to
indie
stay
Twitter
up to
account,
date on all the latest Indie World news. Until next time, happy gaming!
And a happy gaming to you too, my dear friends.
Can I predict what you were going to say?
Yes.
You're gonna say used one of those things where they tell you, "Don't worry, there's
Yeah.
not gonna be anything that big at this one."
I think it's a smart move, and I think PlayStation is really good about it, of when they're talking about a state of play, saying this state of play will not have God of War Ragnarok news, it will not have PlayStation VR 2 news, and I feel like that should be picked up from other publishers, and they should say there's not going to be Silksong news at this thing, because these games deserve some spotlight, and I'm glad that people are tuning in for it and all that stuff. I just hope that they aren't crushed by expectations.
It's also it's weird. I don't understand how the decisions are made about like what gets featured and what doesn't. But it's like there were a lot of those games that we saw at the end that maybe they're also out on other consoles already. But it's like I
Right.
sure felt like we spent a while learning about games that have already been released on other consoles. Like they led with Ooblets.
Right. Well, I guess, is it the console debut of Ooblets? I mean, but not the most exciting. But hey, you know what? Other than it being out of sync, yeah, I'm glad they got some more time in the sun. And who are we to complain that we got to see? You know what? Forget it, Jacob. I'm spending too much time trying to backpedal. I'm happy for the developers, but as a viewer, yeah, not exactly a blockbuster. But they never promised us a blockbuster, Jacob.
That's right. And I did like the crab game.
And the crab game was good. Yeah, I looked up my new game of the year, Gibbon Beyond the Trees, and it looks like it's not even out on Steam yet. Maybe it'll drop on Steam today, but I'm going to have to pick it up on Switch. Thank you to everybody for watching. Card Shark is something I would try, said Swords and Wolves. Yeah, for sure. But thank you so much, everybody, for watching, for subscribing to MinnMax's YouTube channel. We'll be talking about this probably a little bit on the new episode of the MinnMax Show podcast, which is available on your favorite podcast app. It's not Patreon exclusive, everybody. And we'll be talking about kind of the state of the console wars is going to be the theme for this episode, which I thought was a really good idea, Jacob Geller, and then I started realizing, oh, those YouTube comments are going to be rough. But I'm sticking with it, everybody.
All they count as is engagement.
I guess. Engagement's good. And then we'll be talking about Gotham Knights and a bunch of other fun stuff and answering your community questions. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching and all that stuff. Jacob Geller, if people love your voice and they want to learn more about your thoughts on wonderful indie games, where should they go?
Just go to the YouTube channel, Jacob Geller. You can just type Jacob Geller into YouTube. I'll be there. Recently talked about the wonderful indie game Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Hell yeah.
Everyone's favorite in indie.
Hell yeah. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm very excited. That was one that I saw that pop up on my phone. I was like, lock to my watch later category because I cannot wait to hear more people talk about that game. Because
that video is doing very well, I will say. A lot of people excited to hear about that game.
It's bizarre. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Bye.